What's happening, everybody? It's your man back in the building again, Chucky B, aka the Happy Hatter, aka Gypsy Hustle, aka Mr. Make You Smile. Now, I'm coming to you with a heavy heart today, and I got on my Astros hat for Texas, the state of Texas. Coming to you with a heavy heart today. One of my former players, Andre Emmett, was shot and killed in Dallas. He played, if you don't know who Andre Emmett is, he went to Texas Tech, played for me in the D League with the Los Angeles Defenders, went on to play for the Memphis Grizzlies, went on to play overseas and was playing in the Big Three. Just saw him in June, spoke to him, introduced him to my daughter, who he had never met, who was my youngest daughter was a baby. He had never met her before. But I'm coming to you with a heavy heart, and just really part angry, upset as well about what happened to him. He was 37 years old, doing great things in Dallas for his community, and ended up getting shot in his old community. My personal opinion is, there are a lot of people out there that are not happy for your success. When you're successful, there are a lot of people out there that are not happy for your success, and there's a lot of jealousy. Now, with that being said, it's a complicated issue as far as the black on black crime thing goes. It's a complicated issue, but it's like some of us have that crab in the barrel mentality where, when one of us is trying to get out and do good things, just because you're not trying to do something for yourself, you would be, instead of being happy for that person's success, you would much rather grab them down and keep them with you. I'll just say it like that. All right. This is definitely open for debate. I debate it with anybody. You understand what I'm saying? But today I come, like I said, with a heavy heart. Also, George Tarantini, who coached at NC State men's soccer program when I was at NC State, had a massive heart attack. He also passed away. And my condolences goes to his family as well. He was 66 years old, still young. So with that being said, enjoy your life. If you're unhappy about something, you've got no time to be unhappy. Find a way to find your happiness. Is my thing. All right. Now let's get right into it. All right. My man Jalen Ramsey called in sick to Jacksonville. He said he wants out. Jacksonville's not willing to trade him. Called in sick, and now he's having the birth of his second child. So he's not been at practice all week. So my opinion here is this. You got a guy that's unhappy, Jacksonville. You got to move him. Period. He don't want to be there. You don't want people that don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's a marriage. You know what I'm saying? But a player and the organization, it is somewhat of a marriage. So if the organization doesn't want a player, guess what they do? They get rid of him. All right? Now, what happens when a player doesn't want to be in an organization? You got to get rid of him. It's a marriage. If you're in a marriage with a woman or in a relationship with somebody, a girlfriend, and one of you guys says, you know what? I want out. This ain't working for me. Guess what happens? Out. So my opinion, Jacksonville, you got to deal them. Stop, that's I got to call it what it is. That's like, some owner slave master type stuff where you say you want to go, but I ain't letting you go. You know what I'm saying? How you going to do that? I think that, NFL players are beginning to see their power, and that is a good thing. I'm all for the players. You know that. So Jacksonville, my thing is you got to let the guy go. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to be there. let him go. All right. Next thing, my man Bill Self at Kansas. They got some level 1 violations or something like that. And NC State was also my former school was also one of the schools indicated in some violations, which the NCAA has yet to hand down the punishment. But I mean, this is going on through college basketball. Come on, let's stop acting like we stupid here. We know what's going on. You got these, all these Nike and Adidas, Under Armour, and it's been known that I think the one kid, Shabazz Muhammad, who's been in the league a while now, but it's been known that he was an Adidas kid, so he went to an Adidas school, which was UCLA. So these shoe companies are basically running, the sports, even in football. At least basketball, the money-making sports, the shoe companies are running things. Let's call it what it is. Let's stop playing, all right? You got Under Armour has a football game, all right? Adidas All-Star football game. I believe Adidas, I know Nike does, but you have these shoe companies and they have all these tournaments and they funnel, that's how the stuff is getting funneled now. That's how it's getting moved now. You know what I mean? So to punish Bill Self at Kansas and, to punish NC State, I mean, you got to think about it like this. These coaches make a lot of money. It's a lot of pressure to win. All right? Are they really concerned with, I coach high school basketball. Are these coaches really concerned with developing young men? So my thing in high school basketball is that y'all don't make a whole lot of money in high school basketball. But my main goal is to make sure these young men or these young kids grow up to be good young men. That's my thing. Winning, I want to win, of course. But if I don't win, it's not all into the world. I'm not worried about getting fired. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you at these big universities, you making so much money is coming in. These dudes are going to do anything they got to do to win. So let's call it what it is. Let's stop playing, all right? That's just my opinion on that, man. We know what's going on. Y'all been know what's going on. Now y'all going to start trying to punish dudes? Man, get out of here. Arizona is also one of the schools that has had some issues, So Bill Self said he's going to fight these allegations. I don't blame him. Sean Miller, they supposed to have Sean Miller on the wiretap. Sean Miller fighting allegations, On a more positive note in college basketball, my man Tony Bennett at Virginia. Now, what he did, is unheard of in today's people. I mean, I know Tony Bennett a little bit. He had a brief stint in the NBA. That's why I first met him. I remember he played in Charlotte. But for Tony Bennett to say, look, I'll give up this year's salary and give it to my coaches, and that makes people want to work for you. You know what I'm saying? Tony Bennett's, hey, I got enough. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Tony Bennett's got to be about 48, maybe. I think he's a little younger than me. 48, maybe 45, something like that. And Tony Bennett said, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? These cats here, they making, 120 or whatever it is they making. They can use a little help to boost them up. Go right ahead. That's unheard of. We need more of that. We need more of that. So, kudos to my man, Tony Bennett. Keep doing your thing. And it makes people want to pull for you. I'm not a Virginia fan, but I'm pulling for Tony Bennett now. I'm pulling for him. So, it is what it is. But, these shoe companies are running the sport, the money-making sports. Now, you don't see them so involved on the golf, the tennis, the soccer. They're not so involved. I have soccer players in my family, and they're not as involved in that. You don't see a Nike All-Star men's soccer thing or Under Armour. You don't see that, or Adidas All-Star high school soccer. You don't see that. Why is that? Why do you only see it in the money-making sports, the big money-making sports? Ask yourself that, all right? Okay, now, next thing. Andre Iguodala wants out of Memphis. I mean, can you blame him? I mean, I don't think Memphis didn't make the playoffs last year. I don't think Memphis. I know they drafted the young fella from Murray State, but Andre Iguodala is at the age now where, look, if I ain't winning, then what am I doing? So Andre Iguodala wants to win. I ain't mad at him. So what Memphis has to do is deal him, but don't try to get too much for him. Don't try to get too much for him. So Iguodala gonna force their hand. He ain't gonna show up to camp. And he got money, so he can sit out a year, and people will still take him next year. He sit out a year and get out of his contract or whatever he has to do. He can make that money back up next year. And Andre Iguodala has businesses, so he's good. He can focus on his businesses for this year. And who knows? Maybe at the end of that, he might say, you know what? I kind of like doing this. I don't even want to play no more. So Memphis needs to move him, but don't try to get too much for him. Get you a second-round pick. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. So the players of today are not going to let these owners and organizations tell them what they can and can't do. And I love it. I love the players today. I love it. So, players of the day, look, you got a big fan here. So keep doing your thing, all right? Next thing, okay. Megan Rapinoe just won like the best FIFA Woman of the Year award. Kudos to her, man. And she used her platform to promote like equality and stuff like that, which is great. I'm cheering for Megan Rapinoe. I'm hoping that the equal pay thing works out for her in women's soccer, because I have women in my house that play soccer. So, kudos to Megan Rapinoe. Kudos to Megan Rapinoe, man. Good job. She got a lot of haters out there. So, keep pressing forward through the hate. You know what I mean? Okay, now, the last thing, my Dan Le Batard part of my show is this. Okay, now, we got the whistleblower with the Trump thing. Okay, now, as you all know, you can go back episodes before this one. I was totally against impeachment. Let's strap up. Let's take this bumpy ass ride on. Let's ride this bumpy roller coaster on for the last year and a half, 16 months, whatever it is. And after that, let's vote him out. You know what I'm saying? Because really, he shouldn't be in there to begin with. He lost the popular vote by 3 million. 3.5 million, as a matter of fact. So he really shouldn't have been in office. He shouldn't have been in office for the things, his actions. He hasn't even shown his taxes yet. So he really shouldn't have been in office. So now we got the whistleblower thing, where he tried to withhold funding to the Ukraine in exchange for dirt on Joe Biden and his son. Hey, if we got him, or if the Democrats got him, go ahead and impeach him. Go ahead and get him out of there, but you got to be sure. It's amazing to me that America or Americans will walk around and be happy that this guy represents you. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't call him the P word. I call him the resident of the White House. I take the P off of that word, because he's just in there, doing a lot of stupid stuff, being very divisive, doing dirt, and they know what he's doing. They know what he's doing. So, it's time to get rid of that clown, so we could get back to moving forward. We could get back to trying to get along. Because I'm going to be honest with you. When I'm walking around now, look, pretty much leave me alone. Don't say nothing to me. Leave me alone, and you're going to be okay. Because, you can just kind of feel the tension just walking around, to me personally. So, and I'm a nice guy. I love being a nice guy. I love speaking to people. I like being around people, but these past few years, I haven't felt like that. I don't want to be around nobody other than friends that I know are friends and my family. Other than that, you can get out my face. I don't want no dealings with you. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm not blaming, the Trump clown for that, but I partially blame him for that. Let me take that back. I partially blame him for that because there seems to be a thing where people feel like they can say anything they want to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I give you a perfect example, and then I'm signing out. I was in line to vote in 2016 to vote, and I was going to vote for Hillary Clinton, of course. Anybody's better than that clown. But my friend and I were in line speaking about, who we were voting for and why. And this guy was in front of us was obviously a Trump guy. And he turned around and told me that I need to shut up. And of course, that wasn't received well from me. But he turned around and actually had the audacity to say that to me. I just told him, like, you better turn around before you get hurt, and his wife grabbed him, and I said, yeah, you better get him. So my friend Malachi started putting it out there, Mal, but but Malachi was wanting to talk to the guy. I'm like, man, forget him. You know what I'm saying? He already, we could have easily debated, and he said, well, if he'd have came at it a different way, like, well, why are you voting for her? This is how I feel about it. Okay, well, this is what I feel about it. We could have easily debated and it'd been nice instead of you telling me to shut up. So a word of advice, don't come at nobody like that. All right? But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that clown. And again, heavy heart to my man, Andre Emmett, Coach Tarantini. But, live your life, man. Live your best life. And, just keep doing that. All right? Y'all take care. Signing out, your man Chucky B, a.k.a. Gypsy Hustle, a.k.a. The Happy Hatter, a.k.a. Mr. Make You Smile. Y'all have a very blessed day. All right? Peace.